welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us. What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
All right.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas.
Hello, I'm Billy Cobbin, the Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home.
Hey, it's Kay Boning with Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools.
Good morning, Huntsville.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm Karen.
I'm Toy.
And I'm Denise. And from all of us at Walker County Federal Credit Union, good morning, Huntsville.
That was amazing. That was like magic.
It was the best intro ever right there. All right, we're done.
All right, bye.
Let's go to Cafe Texan. We're hungry.
Well, let's see. If yesterday was Thursday, then yeah, today's Friday.
Yeah, man, boy, yesterday was all jacked up. I thought all day yesterday. Even Jason was sitting right next to me on a tactical Tuesday, and for whatever reason, I thought, oh, well, it's Thursday all day long, and just went about my business like it was Thursday, and there was probably 3 instances where I literally thought it was Thursday yesterday. Even though we went to WCRC, had the show, talked about Tuesday, just one of those weird days, Kay. Kay says sometimes you get on autopilot. Man, I was on some new technology that doesn't even exist yesterday.
Future pilot?
Yeah, Future Pilot. Have you seen, Rick, by the way, the new planes now, the smaller personal aircraft that have the auto land feature? Mm-hmm. It's for emergencies, and there's literally a button in the back that you can reach behind you. It's a red button, and you push that red button, and it will completely land the airplane. It'll contact the radio control. It hands off to it changes the radio frequencies. It sets up for a descent. It does the whole thing automatically. They've tested it numerous times, and not once has it failed, and now that's going to come on the market for smaller personal aircraft.
That's fantastic.
So if you get up there
there's been a Cessna on the market for a long, long time that's got a parachute built into the wing.
I've seen those, and I've seen one crash. Have you seen the one that crashed? There was one that crashed with the parachute, and let's just say it is not a soft landing. It still comes down pretty hard. There's a video on the internet just in a neighborhood of this, and it's not AI. And this plane they're like, oh, my goodness, he's crashed. And you see him coming down. And then it's just surreal because you just hear this little, like as it, real light air. And then all of a sudden, and that was it. It crashed right into a road. And luckily the guy was okay. I think he broke a rib or something, but at least he didn't break his life.
Yeah.
So that's the whole point of those things.
Kay still won't let me have an airplane.
Did you ever take a Discovery flight? Did you ever do that?
I've done that.
Scared the fire out of me, and I said, this isn't for me. I was in
Really?
I was in a '68 Cherokee Piper, and at 6'3", I don't fit very well into those
No.
planes. And I was like this the whole time.
Well, I'm only 5'3", so it's easy for me.
Yeah, you're like, wow, man.
I can take a bath in here.
I'm in a luxury closet. You know, you had the whole nine over
Yeah.
there, man. No, it was, yeah, I went up there. The guy was in his 80s. I'll never forget my dad distinctively telling me in a very serious tone, don't let that old man have a heart attack and die up there. And
So you needed one of them buttons.
yeah, I needed one of the 68 Cherokee Piper. Definitely does not have the button. And that was probably the most, I don't know, it didn't, I don't want to say scary, Kay, but it was just aggressive. This guy was, no, don't do that, do this, don't do that. And I was like, what do you want me to do, man? It confused the fire out of me. And you steer with your feet.
Yeah.
And so when we're on the runway, you know, getting set or whatever, he's like, okay, left foot, left, right. I was like, is this like a Nintendo cheat code, you know? Left, right, AB, select, start, you know, unlimited lives or something. And then I've never flown an airplane before. And he wants me to take off. And I was like, what is this dude's deal, man? Is he ready to say night, kitty? He wants to take me with him? And we're at Taylor Municipal Airport in Taylor, Texas. There's power lines right at the end of the runway. So I'm like, okay. And he goes, well, push this up and do this. And so I'm sitting there, and he goes, all right, when this hits this, then you start pulling back. You don't do that on the first flight, Kay. You didn't do that, did you, on the first flight? No. And so I'm like already, and I said, dude, you're going to need to help me. Well, I'm right here. Don't worry. And I guess that brought some sense of comfort. And so we start to take off, and I'm pulling back, and pull back harder. We're going to hit the lines. And, I mean, this is the way this whole thing was the entire flight. The last part of this, just because I'm rambling on, but this is just a little story here. We get up in the air, and we're circling around and doing whatever. He goes, all right, I want you to experience something that could happen to you. Normally we do this later on in the flight, later on in the training. I was like, God, I feel like we've done everything. And so he said, pull back on the stick or whatever. So I pulled way back, and he said, pull it back more. I want us to go vertical. And I was like, we don't go vertical in an airplane. We'll stall. He goes, exactly. I'm not making this up.
He's trying to get you out of a stall. Huh?
There is no electronic instrumentation in this plane either, Rick. It's all old school, analog, everything. Even the stall buzzer is some annoying alarm that's like, and it's not electronic, right? It's all mechanical. And so I pull up, and we're going, and then what happens? I feel like I'm about to fall out of the seat, even though I'm buckled in.
Yeah.
And that plane just starts stalling, and my knuckles are turning white. He goes, let go of it. Yells at me, let go of it. What are you doing? And so I let go of this thing.
The yoke.
Yes, and I don't even remember what it's called because I was so scared. I let go of the yoke, and the plane starts falling.
Yeah.
And your natural instinct is to grab it and start adjusting stuff. Well, those aircrafts are designed the way they are for a reason, and he said, leave it alone. It will level out on its own. And he was right. It's kind of like if you throw a feather in the air and the feather goes like that. I mean, that's what started happening. Needless to say, when we got on the ground, luckily I was young enough at the time to where certain bodily functions could be in control. And I said, never again. I will. He goes, what'd you think? And I said, honestly, I'm not doing this. And I said, have a great day, sir. And shook his hand and went on. And he goes, well, it's not for everybody. And I remember muttering under my mouth, it's not for everybody because of you. And that was it. And I never again wanted any interest.
So
there's your story, Kay.
So we have a Discovery flight donated to Lasso
Perfect.
for an auction item.
With David Beatty?
No, someone else.
Okay.
And I don't think you'll have that experience with him.
Well, I was going to say I did go up in a flight with Greg Smith, or not Greg Smith, with David Beatty, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the flight with David
David has
Beatty.
invited me. I've just not had the time.
Yeah, so I enjoyed the flight. So, well, welcome in, everybody, as we get rolling. There's your little flight story to take off this morning as we launch the show today here on episode number 575. Good morning to you. Welcome in. Big thank you to Elliot Herzlich from Elliott's Jewelers, online at elliotsjewelers.com. And, of course, we are here with Rick and Kay Boning. Isaiah Berry, I.D. Berry, as I've coined his name. I don't know if he likes it yet, though. I mean, someone did say, I started calling Isaiah I.D. the other day, and it just flowed because his middle initial was D. And we were here, and we were talking to someone at the church, and and exactly what I thought, Isaiah. This young man comes and goes, "Man, did you play football?" Because I.D. sounds like a football name. So, yeah, I'm sure Charlotte liked it. But Isaiah Berry here, we'll have Isaiah on in a little bit, too, because we want to highlight Lasso Your Imagination. There's a lot going on. Before we get into all that, Kay, Rick, I'll start with you, Kay. How have you been? What's going on?
I've been very good.
No, she hasn't.
Not around him. So we've been enrolling children, hiring teachers, and we've been out getting donors and table sponsors for Lasso Your Imagination. Everything's falling in place.
Yeah, it's coming up quick, too. I know we'll highlight a little bit more here in just a little while on all that, but it is rocking and rolling. I keep seeing a lot of great stuff on social media. Isaiah's been doing a great job, so I wanted to have him join us and kind of fill us in on a lot, too. But there's been a ton going on with that. Rick, what have you been up to, my friend?
I've just been putting out little fires.
Little ones?
Vehicle fires.
I was going to say, they're probably the fires he started.
Wait a minute, vehicle fires?
Well,
we had like a legitimate
things. No,
they
weren't actually on fire.
Okay.
But, you have to have them tagged and everything, and I noticed one was out yesterday.
It's weird. I noticed, like, Rick outside with a water hose, and he was wearing, like, a muscle shirt. I don't even know how because you don't even live near me anymore, but somehow I saw him, and he was out there with the water hose. He goes, "This truck is on fire." You remember that, Rick? It was
No, I don't. It's been a fever dream.
Oh, okay. And then I woke up, and I was like, well, there goes that one. So.
It's just not me.
Yeah, well, one day, Rick, one day.
No, not one day.
It's so neat, to think about all these events coming together, and you guys have just been working tremendously hard. I wanted to highlight one thing real quick. We had an open house last week at Tomorrow's Promise, and that was a fun time. Y'all do that once in a while, and got to go in. And I know I maybe highlighted a little bit about that last. When did we have that? Have we been on since then? Did we talk about it last week?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I wanted to highlight it again because Braylon's still talking about it, and she goes, "Daddy, did you see this? Did you see that?" And there's been a lot of really cool things that I've seen for my children coming out of Tomorrow's Promise, and those teachers over there at all the locations. But we go to the academy. They have just been so good to our children. One thing I wanted to tell you, Kate, that I just love every evening when I go to pick up Caden. Well, no, I don't love this, by the way. Caden does not run to me anymore saying, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy." He goes and runs to the teacher and gives her a hug and tells her goodbye. Then he comes to Daddy. So whatever y'all are doing, keep it up. It's great. But my son does no longer run to me first. He has to go run to his little teacher and give her a hug and tell her thank you, and then he comes to me. So thank y'all, Kay, for being so great to my children that they don't even come to me at the beginning anymore. That's a compliment, by the way.
I know. Well, they'll give you a hug eventually.
Yeah. And Braylon and Caden have started this new thing. Y'all have the ramp there, the handicap accessible ramp too, and they have started this new thing when I pick them up that they like to go run down that and then come around the corner and run to me. But they know not to go in the parking lot, so they will take off. And it's the funniest little thing, seeing them little legs and little old chicken legs just running down that, down that thing.
Your children will see these episodes someday.
I know. Probably not. There's so many of them. They're like, I ain't watching any of this garbage. They'll see y'all and watch. They'll see me and be like, forget this guy. I'm worried about that footprint. That digital footprint's a real thing.
Yeah.
So if I want to turn a serious gear real quick, I reported several comments on Facebook. I was really, and I won't get into the political side of it, but it really frustrated me that people would, there was an event, let's just say this, and y'all know what I'm talking. There was an event that happened almost a year ago to the date with our commander-in-chief. Before he was elected. Very serious event. And there's some things on the internet that are just, I wouldn't wish any of that on anybody. Anybody. I don't care where you're at politically or anything. I would never wish for somebody for that to happen to them.
Yeah.
And there was comments on a thread on KHOU had posted something, and all these comments were saying things that they shouldn't have said. And so I'm sitting there, report. We don't need that kind of garbage. And Facebook responded every one of those and said, we did not find anything wrong with this.
Of course.
And I had them and the first review is the technology. The second review is a human review. Because it'll report it again. You can tell them, like, I think you got it wrong, so I reported it again. And whoever human reviewed it said, no problem. And it really upset me that here is something that is deliberate, wishing ill will on somebody in that capacity. I can understand if somebody, well, I hope he broke his leg. Whatever. I can get over that one. But somebody wishing somebody's life, that's a whole different story. And it's just frustrating that we live in this age, and our pastor here at church and I were talking about this yesterday, that we live in this age that we can just go on the internet and type whatever we want and not have any consequences most of the time. Now, there are those cases where you will hear of this, and that's why I talk about there's a digital footprint of everything that we do. And I want to encourage people right now, if you're one to ever say something on the internet, know that that's always going to come back to you sooner or later.
Well, actually, it was in the news, I think yesterday or the day before, that Secret Service was investigating somebody for making threats.
As they should.
And they were from about a year ago, and I don't feel that way now, This was her response.
Yeah, so I think, I look at it now and I look at the internet and how it has enabled so many people to just share whatever they want to share. And I understand the freedom of speech, but there comes a fine line to where that's too much. And that line gets crossed all the time on social media. And as an employer, and I don't really employ people like I used to. I mean, I have folks who help me, obviously, but I haven't had to do it. But when I had my IT company, social media was prevalent. It wasn't like what it is now. But that's the first thing that I did. The very first thing I would do is I'd go search their MySpace profile. Remember, were you on MySpace, Rick?
Oh, yeah.
Were you really?
I was.
Dude, I got to look this up, see your profile picture.
You go right ahead.
It's still lingering out there. It really is.
You could probably find it.
You would love mine. I had a rap profile back in the day. Rick.
Yeah, I wouldn't even look at yours.
I know that you love that.
No, I don't care for rap at all.
But there is legitimately a digital footprint of everything. And if you think that one little thing that you ever do won't ever be noticed, well, I got news for you. It always comes back. There's a nice little website, by the way, called archive.org. And archive.org archives every single website that's out there on the internet. It's actually a pretty cool tool. You can go back and type in google.com and see the very first Google when it used to be called Backrub back in the day. And it's really cool to see like the very first page for Google and what it used to look like. And one of the archives on the page says something like, "We think this may work." That was, well, my goodness, it worked to being one of the top 5 companies in the world who was ran by a Montessori guy. So just be mindful of that. And in the moment, I understand people get heated. And I'm not going to sit here and lie and say that I've posted something before and then immediately deleted it, because that's happened to me. I've wanted to say something, and then after I saw it, I was like, why did I just need to keep my mouth shut. And I've done that. If you want to edit stuff on Facebook, guess what? It shows the edit history. So I've seen people comment on stuff that I've put, and they've maybe said something kind of snarky, and then they've edited it because they've realized they shouldn't have posted it. But then I go back to edit history, and I'm like, oh, that's what you really meant. Okay. You should have just deleted and recommented. So there is a digital footprint. And I think about this too. I try to tie this into children somehow, in some way. As a parent, one, I want to be the same person in my home that I am in public. That's what I strive. I strive to be the same person everywhere that I go, and that includes online. I want to be the same person. And I don't want my children to ever go and click on something and be like, why did Daddy say that back in the day? Or why, I want my footprint to be who I am in my home, who I am on Sunday, who I am in the public, who I am with you guys. That's what I strive. I want my footprint to be the same across the board. And so just be mindful when you're on the internet, because it'll always come back and shark bite you. So anyways, Rick, any comments?
No. I don't usually make inflammatory statements on the internet.
Yeah. Well, I've seen a few, but no, I'm just kidding.
Not inflammatory.
By the way, today is a couple of things. We're going to have a great top 10 list today. Today is National Radio Day, so I'm sure we'll see millions of posts. I have a lot of colleagues in the radio business, and it's a great day for those that work in radio. But even more importantly, today, Rick, is what?
It's National Bacon Lovers Day.
Oh, it's Bacon Lovers Day.
Yeah.
a.k.a. National Rick Boning Day today.
I'm probably worse about bacon than he is.
Are you really?
She likes her bacon.
Well,
She will fight you for that last piece.
Well, this is y'all's day then. So happy Bacon Lovers Day today, Rick and Kay.
See?
Yeah.
I wasn't quick enough to give her that last piece.
Some bite. What is that?
It looks like a bite mark,
Yes,
doesn't
it does.
Yeah.
I knew something was going on there. No, I'm just kidding.
The barbecue grill got him.
Oh, man.
Barbecue grill bit me.
Well, hey, we're going to take a brief break. Our friend Jamie Salas is here, and she is joined by a friend. We're going to be talking about briefly about a very important drive that's coming up that they do every year. It's a wonderful time of the year, even starting now in August. We want folks to know about this, an opportunity that you can bless many families. And then after that, we will have Isaiah Berry join us because we want to talk about Lasso. A lot going on. We'll have our top 10 and much more. So stay locked in. Do us a favor. Let us know that you're out there. Many people are already commenting in this morning, so please let us know that you're out there today. And do us a favor. Every time you like and share this broadcast, we reach more and more people. One share could literally bring on several hundred more viewers. And so if you don't mind, just hit share. Our friend Jamie Saucier is always so awesome about doing that. We appreciate you, Jamie. But if you're enjoying the show this morning, just hit share and help us continue promoting the good here in Huntsville. The good in places like Tomorrow's Promise and the great work that they're doing with our children through Tomorrow's Promise Montessori schools. We'll step aside. We'll take a break. As always, we are here because of Tomorrow's Promise. You can find out more information online at tomorrowspromise.info. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us. It's your show. This is Good Morning Huntsville. We'll be right back after this.
At Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, we're not just a place where children pass the time. We're not a daycare. We're a child care center focused on growth, learning, and discovery. Every day, children engage in meaningful activities that build confidence, independence, and a love for learning. From reading and math to social and practical life skills, our students are active participants in their development. Ready to give your child something more? Visit tomorrowspromise.info and discover what makes our school different. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. Education you can trust.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
The church should be transformational. And maybe you've never been to church, or maybe life has left you feeling lost, but Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." At First Baptist Church Huntsville, a harbor of hope, we're not trying to fit in with the world. We're here to help you step into something greater, a fresh start, a new life in Christ. Join us this Sunday at 10:45 and see what God can do in your life. Visit fbchuntsville.org. Hope is here, and we're saving a seat just for you.
Loving Jesus, loving people side by side. In this harbor of hope, we are safe inside.
Since 2010, the Oak Ridge Disciple House has helped men break free from addiction, not with quick fixes, but lasting change through Jesus Christ. They've celebrated 167 graduates at Oak Ridge and 138 more at Interfaith with an 80% success rate. That's compared to just 5% in most secular programs. The fact is, Jesus works. And now, celebrating 15 years, they're building their third house in Tennessee and just launched a women's program, Restoration Ranch in Texas. It's all for God's glory. And here's the heart of it. They never turn anyone away for lack of money. In fact, 95% of families receive scholarships. As one person put it, don't talk about it, be about it. Every penny counts. Donate today at oakridgedisciplehouse.com and help change a life forever. The Oak Ridge Disciple House. Online at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Real recovery, real hope. This is KHSP LP, Huntsville, Texas, the spirit of Huntsville.
This is Kay Boning with Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, and you're listening to Spirit Radio.
All right, friends, welcome back as we continue on this morning. Thanks for hanging out with us on another episode of Good Morning Huntsville. Real quick, as we always do in our second segment, 73 degrees, 96% humidity, 30% chance of showers today. Later on in the afternoon, rain overnight, 40% tomorrow, though those chances increase to 70%. We'll have rain throughout Saturday as it tapers off, though, starting on Friday. So we should be set up for a decent weekend. It's going to be a little muggy, the mid to low 90s, so not too bad. I don't even know if we've really hit 100 degrees here yet this year. Maybe one couple of times. So nothing like we've had in the past, though. You know, going into this summer, it was actually the coolest summer that we've had in this area, according to the National Weather Service, in 18 years. And I kept talking about it because I was trying to bring it into, make it happen where if we talked about it, then it would start being scorching hot. So, Jamie, welcome in. Jamie Salas and media personality joining us, Casey Anderson. Good to have you, Casey. Good to have you, Casey.
Thank you.
Yeah, Casey is that pallet girl. Is that right?
That pallet chick.
That pallet chick joining us here on the show. Tell me about the pallets real quick. Where did the pallet chick come from? Because I got a bunch of them in the backyard. My plan is to build something out of them.
No, these are actually like cardboard boxes
that you get like from Amazon.
Yes, they're like the watermelon, like what watermelons come in.
Okay.
It's kind of like that, but they're a little bit more sturdy, and it's just filled with all kinds of items.
She gets them from Target, Amazon, USPS,
CVS, unclaimed mail. Like,
wow.
Yeah, I get everything.
So you're one of the ones that find like legitimate gets them because you see all this on the internet. It's like the new. There's a new craze now of like buy a pallet and then you'll hear about it and then like it never comes to pass.
No.
And then when Jamie had shared something you did, I said, this is a girl that's actually doing it. That's for real. Like, this is for real.
Yeah, and so she started doing that early this year, probably when it got really heavy. And then you named yourself, March? You took on the pallet chick?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we decided last year when we did our toy drive for Osprey Storage, she helped us, and we gave 360 kids gifts.
Yeah, it's so wonderful,
And
Jamie.
so this year we're looking at doing over 1,000. And so what we've done is we've reached out to businesses in the area. I think you saw my sponsorship page with all of our sponsors. And what they're doing is they're contributing to us buying pallets. And then she goes and picks the pallets up. And then we take all the toys out of it, and we put them in the storage for our drive. And then she turns around and resells the items that she can. And then we just continue the process over and over until we have enough gifts for the kiddos.
That's so great. Well, Jamie, tell us, because I don't want to just gloss over this. That's why you're here today. We want to talk about this toy drive briefly this morning. Let us know a little bit about it. You already alluded last year. So many kids and families were blessed here. Let us know about this year, what you're looking to do, and how folks can get involved.
Yeah, so this year what we've decided to do is we've kind of decided to extend it a little bit more. Instead of just doing a toy drive, we're also going to have a mini carnival outside of our store. At the storage facility, we have that large grass area. And so we've reached out to places like Bounce Blast, that's going to provide us 2 bounce houses. Party Painters Co. with Candace, she's going to do face painting for us. And we're going to have Santa Claus out there taking pictures with the kids. So in the meantime of coming to get the gifts, they'll also have some stuff to do. Hopefully we'll have a lot more than that. Right now that's all we've acquired, but if anybody's interested in helping with that, we've talked to Christ is King Church, and they have been gracious enough to offer their parking spaces to us.
Wonderful.
So we'll
they're right across
the
street from y'all, yeah.
So I talked to her yesterday, and so they're going to let us use their parking, and so we'll have that, which will be wonderful because parking's always an issue. And then I think we've decided this year we did stockings last year, but it was a lot of work to stuff them. So we're actually just going to get the stockings, and then we're going to put tables out where kids can stuff their own stocking with the toys or items that they want for themselves. And we're going to let them pick their gifts this year. So each child will be able to get either 1 large gift or 3 small gifts. And we'll have college students that are going to volunteer that'll take the kids through the storage and help them pick the items.
That's great. So what are the needs? I mean, do you want folks to donate individual items, or is that kind of what Casey's doing, facilitating through the pallets? Let us know a little bit more about the details of that.
So whatever you're wanting to do, we've had businesses ask, how much is a sponsorship? We didn't put a limit on the sponsorship. Pallets run about $600 to $700. So we just take all the money together to buy them. And so we've had businesses donate money. The American Legion Post is actually going to do a toy drive.
Oh, cool.
So we'll take the toys I started working there, you know that. So I'm bartending there
Yeah.
a couple nights a week.
I know they're building the whole new side
Yeah,
and all
it
that
looks
over there.
really
yeah.
nice.
Roger Burnett's been a big part of that. So.
Yeah. And so they can donate either services. So if they have a company that does something like the Party Painter, is that her name, Party Painter Co.?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's going to do the face painting
The
at no
party
charge.
painter's better than a party pooper.
Yeah.
So she's bringing
It's hard
the
to, if you
excitement.
try to say it quick, it's very difficult.
Isaiah's shaking his head like, why did you say that?
So they can donate any way they want. They can donate toys. I think the Heights apartment complex is also going to do a toy drive. So we've partnered with the Connection, the Heights, and Republic.
Awesome.
And so they're also going to help us out to get more toys. So we want to have all of our toys by 1st of November, middle of November. And then our registration will start mid-October so parents can register their kids. They do have to live in Walker County. The kids have to live with the parent, and the kids have to be present for the pickup.
Yeah, there's a lot of folks that are involved in this. I showed the graphic a little bit earlier, but so many folks sponsoring. I don't want to read them all because I'll leave somebody out, but we showed the graphic a few moments ago. In fact, I'll show it again up here on the screen. Jamie, what gave you the idea for this? You know, one thing I admired about you, when you came to Huntsville, you were just ablazing. You know, you wanted to be involved. You're with Osprey Storage, but you do so much more than just run a storage business. I mean, you are here, you're involved. What gave you the idea to say, hey, let's figure out a way to bless these children during Christmas?
Well, it all started when I started with Osprey Storage in October. You know, a lot of people think I own that place. I'm finding people all the time that are like, I said something one day, I need to find a way to get the day off.
Oh, call Jamie Osprey.
They're like, you own the place. I'm like, no, the company is owned from a company in Las Vegas. And so for them to be able to let us do all this stuff is amazing. And so we did the winter market. I don't know if you remember.
Yes.
That was the first event. And I thought, wow, this is amazing that we could have these businesses come and make money, and we didn't charge them to set up. What else can we do? How else can we reach out? We did the back to school drive, and I just thought that there are so many people out there looking for gifts for their kids, and there are a few places that help, but there's a huge need in Walker County for that.
100%, yeah.
A lot of people have lots of kids, and so I just decided that I thought that was something, and it started out, we thought it was going to be pretty small. She actually runs the Huntsville, Texas Mommy Buy Sell Talk group, and so that's kind of how I got involved with her. And looking at all the moms on there that were always looking for things that they needed, we decided, hey, let's do this toy drive. And it started out where we got the company to make a registration form, and we had maybe 50 people register. And then all of a sudden it was like 280 people. We're like, oh, wow, there really is a need for this. And so last year when it was over, I think I said, never again. I'm not doing this. This was awful.
Too bad the can's open,
And
Jamie.
then by February, I was like, so do you want to start? She was like, I thought you said never again. I was like, there's just such a large need. And people really responded well to it, and businesses. Hunstecker Farm saw me last year, and they were like, it's too late this year, but as soon as you get started, I want to talk to you. And he was the first one on board this year.
Awesome.
And so it's just really grown, and we're always looking for a new idea or some else to be able to give. So
Well, let folks know again, Jamie Osprey's here along with Casey Anderson. That pallet chick, she is here as well. We appreciate you, Casey, for being involved. I think it's tremendous what y'all are doing. Casey, maybe I'll let you answer this one. Someone's watching this morning saying, hey, I want to help. I want to get involved. What can they do? How can they get plugged in?
Anything. We're always looking for new things. And also this year we're going to be doing swag bags for moms as well. So anything that a mom might like, I'm going to be putting together some like lip glosses or, whatever moms may like. We really need help with anything like that.
Awesome.
Or just your time.
Too, yeah.
Your time. Candace is going to need help with face painting and stickers and tattoos and stuff like that. Just any ideas you could shoot us, even if it's just like, hey, you're doing a great job.
Jamie, there may be a family too saying, you know what, I need help. I would love to be a benefactor from this. And I know a lot of people. I want to encourage people right now. Don't be embarrassed to ask for help.
Definitely.
That's why they're doing this. And so if you know of a family, or maybe you're a family that could use some help this Christmas season. I know it's still far away, but we're getting ready. It's going to be here forever. It's right around the corner. It's going to be here. How can folks maybe? Is there a form they fill out online? Can they do that right now, Jamie? Maybe walk us through that process.
So our form will be available probably mid-October. It will be on the Osprey Storage website. We'll have a link and a QR code. We'll have it on the mommy group. We'll be sharing it on Huntsville Uncensored, The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. Stacy's been really good to work with us on that. So they just need to pay attention. Also, it's a really big deal. If you want to help but you're not sure how, she does lives on that Pallet Chick on the mommy group and on the Pallet Chick. It's a Facebook page. You can go on, find out when her lives are, and you can buy stuff.
Sweet.
And the stuff that she puts, we're talking like $2 for really nice jewelry. All of her stuff is super reasonably priced. People are always saying, oh, you should sell it for more. But the whole idea is to make the money to cover the cost of the pallet and to buy another one. And so join into her her lives. They're a couple hours long. There's so much stuff on there. Or if there's something specific you're looking for, she does the yard sales out there on Fridays and Saturdays also. So you can go out and you can go through her stuff. She does $5 fill-a-bags, and it's all new items. And so sometimes it's clothes, sometimes it's jewelry, electronics. And so you can just follow that Pallet Chick, follow Osprey Storage. And don't forget to support your local businesses because they're the ones that make this possible for Huntsville.
Yeah, well, I think it's great. You know, Casey, one thing that I get worried about whenever you start hearing about these, not what y'all are doing, but, you know, you're doing something really cool. It's like Storage Wars. Then all of a sudden, I used to go to the storage auctions back in the day. There's like 2 people there. And now
100.
That show ruined it. And there's thousands of people that show up. And it's funny because they have their little flat, like they've watched the show, so they think they know. And they
all
have
the
their
way to
flash.
the very line where they can, you know, you can only go this far, so they're leaning in.
You know what I do? I take my finger and push them over the line and disqualify them, get them kicked out. But no, and you see it on the internet now with the pallet. So like, keep what you do. I mean, it's cool, but like, don't let the cat out of the bag about how you do it.
No, a lot of people ask.
Yeah,
and I simply ignore.
Yeah.
Or I'd be like, well, you know, I sell those pallets too, so would you like to buy a pallet from me?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that's big too, is that she's not trying to be rude, y'all.
No.
But it's her thing.
We've got to make it so that everything's possible, yeah.
Yeah, and it's her thing, and I think that's important. And we want to support you, Casey, and so keep doing what you're doing. That Pallet Chick, along with Jamie Salas from Osprey Storage. Real quick, we got about 1 more minute. Jamie, anything else that you wanted to highlight?
Just don't forget that Osprey Storage is out there for your storage needs. We also do U-Hauls. We have parking available. We are all non-climate, but because our company does so much for this community, please give back and come to us for your storage needs.
Yeah, that's so important. She just said something so important. You know, we have Kay and Rick here with us virtually every Wednesday, and we talk about Tomorrow's Promise. There's another business. If you have children, bring your children to Tomorrow's Promise. We have Jamie here talking about what they're doing. If you need storage, go to Osprey Storage. Jamie didn't pay me to say that. She's here to promote this, but I want to promote her because she's doing a lot in the community, and we need to support local business. This platform is all about promoting local business because you know what? The mom and pop matters. The mom and pop shops matter. Small business, and Kay will echo this. She's been really involved with SBDC, and she's done a great job with Tomorrow's Promise. I know she'll echo this, that the small businesses in our community are the backbone of any community, and it's so important that we support them. Casey, before we go, any final comments from you? Good to have you this morning. You did great, by the way.
Sweaty hands, but yes. Tonight, I'm actually having a live at 7:30, so I'll be bringing out some Christmas and Halloween stuff for everybody.
Oh, cool.
And also, I also give away a bunch of birthday stuff for kids. So if anybody has a need and you are like, oh my God, I don't have anything for my kid's birthday, contact me. I've got balloons. I've got party decorations. I can even give your kid a toy if we can spare an extra toy.
Yep.
Just contact me. I'm here to help. Like whatever that you need. If you're moving into your first place, I got you. Just let me know.
Perfect. I'm going to add the link. You know what? You need more followers on that page, and we're going to help you do that because you are doing an incredible job, and you've done a great job, but we want to get more. So if you're on Facebook, I just put a link to her Facebook page. Go and like and follow that Pallet Chick. She's got some, I just looked, and I saw it the other day too, but you got some cool stuff on here. And you know what? She goes live. You can find great deals. And here's the old marketing kick. If you get in early, you'll get the best deals.
And actually, the prices that she has on the live are only available during the live. Yep. After that, the prices increase.
That's right.
So you do want to be on that live.
So buy.
Yeah.
And join her live tonight. So.
Christmas is coming.
It is. Well, Casey, thank you so much. Jamie, thank you for introducing us to
Yes.
Casey. And most importantly, thank you for what you do, Jamie. I know that you're very humble and you don't seek the credit, but you're one in this community of many that always say don't get enough credit for what you do. Thank you for organizing this and helping to bless so many children here this holiday season that's right around the corner, this Christmas season.
I know a lot of
right
people are
around
like,
the corner.
it's early. Not when
No.
you're doing all this.
Yeah, so. All right, well, there that is. Again, Casey Anderson, who I said, by the way, that's a media name. That's a cool. We're gonna,
I love that.
We'll have to find some way to get you on. And Jamie Salas here with us this morning, Osprey Storage. We appreciate y'all very much.
Thank you.
We'll step aside. We'll take a break as we continue promoting and celebrating the good. And we couldn't have friends like Jamie and Casey here if it wasn't for the foundation's support of Tomorrow's Promise. Over 27 years now of excellence taking care of our children in Walker County. You can find out more information online at tomorrowspromise.info. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us. More to come. It's your show. This is Good Morning Huntsville.
At Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, we're not just a place where children pass the time. We're not a daycare. We're a child care center focused on growth, learning, and discovery. Every day, children engage in meaningful activities that build confidence, independence, and a love for learning. From reading and math to social and practical life skills, our students are active participants in their development. Ready to give your child something more? Visit tomorrowspromise.info and discover what makes our school different. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. Education you can trust.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
Hey friends, this is Rob Hipp, and I'm here to talk about a true expert in the real estate world. Let me introduce you to my good friend, Terry Coleman of the Coleman Realty Group.
With 33 years in the business, I've dedicated my life to making your real estate dreams come true. Specializing in residential properties, I serve Walker and Montgomery counties, from Spring to Trinity and areas all around.
They call her your next door agent, and here's why.
I'm not just here to help you find a home or lease a property. I'm here to build lifelong relationships. Whether it's residential or commercial, farm or ranch listings, there's something for everyone.
Now you might wonder, what sets Terry apart from other real estate agents? Well, it's simple. She goes above and beyond for her clients, like the time she surprised a family from California with a fully decorated Christmas tree and gifts when they returned from closing. You shouldn't have to compromise on the joys of home during life-changing moments. So, if you're ready to make your real estate dreams come true, here's what you need to do.
Visit my website at myrealtorterry.com and let's make those dreams a reality.
That's Terry Coleman, your expert in all things real estate.
I'm Terry Coleman, your next door agent, and I can't wait to help you open the door to your new life.
Hey friends, Rob Hipp, Media and Community Outreach Minister here at First Baptist Church, Huntsville. Let me ask you, when's the last time you felt real hope? Maybe it's been a while since you've been to church, or maybe you've never felt connected to a church at all. Well, friends, that's okay. Here at First Baptist, we're a harbor of hope, and we welcome everyone just as they are. We have programs throughout the week for all ages to come together, ask questions, grow in faith, and find the hope that only Jesus Christ can bring. Whether you're looking for a fresh start or a community to call home, we'd love for you to join us. Come experience something real. For more information, visit fbchuntsville.org. First Baptist Church, Huntsville, a harbor of hope.
In this harbor of hope, we are safe inside.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
This is KHSP LP, Huntsville, Texas, the spirit of Huntsville.
Imagine a voice of hope reaching every corner of Huntsville, from homes and hospitals to prison walls. That's the heart of Spirit Radio. We're a truly local 501c3 nonprofit, and we're raising $25,000 to build our tower and get on the air. With your help, we'll broadcast encouragement, truth, and the love of Christ across our community and across the world through the Spirit Radio FM app. Visit spiritradio.fm and give today. Let's bring light to Huntsville and beyond together.
You ever just hum, Kay? You get kind of. Are you a hummer?
Not really.
I'm not a big hummer. I'm a hummer, but I'm not a Hummer fan. Those things get just a gas guzzler.
They're electric.
Who's still driving the Ford Excursions, by the way? I saw one the other day. I said, "My goodness, man! Like two miles per gallon in the you can see the gas pouring out of the exhaust." So if you ever need
my
to,
first car got a whopping 9 miles to the gallon.
What was it?
And a '73 Grand Le Mans, or luxury Le Mans.
No way! You had a Le Mans Pontiac Le Mans? Oh, that's legit. But did it have like the little clock on the back of it? You remember those that had the little clock?
It was a Sherman tank.
Okay. I feel like the only guy who hasn't seen the movie. What is the Le Mans? Is it iconic? I don't.
The car, it's the Pontiac Le Mans. Yeah, was that the one though that you remember? The one that had that. There was one that had that hideous trunk, and it had a half clock on it. You remember that thing? Oh man,
that's not my car.
Okay, well I was hoping it would be. That'd be awesome. I've been like, okay, I already respected you, but now like this respect level's gone like mad respect. If you had that bad boy, what color was the Le Mans?
It was a tan.
Okay, tan.
And then my next car was a 1980 Grand Le Mans.
Oh.
That's a step up.
We're talking leather seat. Was it leather seats and all that?
No, they were cloth seats.
What? So nowadays, if you hear grand, it would be like leather, right? But back then, it's like, oh, we went from what would be before cloth? Like wooden? Oh, it was wood. It went to cloth from wooden seat. I'm just kidding. Oh man. Well, hey, Isaiah's here with us. Isaiah Barry joining us. The man with the plan here on the show today. Isaiah's been doing great work. He's been with you now. How long, Kate? You going on like, has it
3
been
or 4 days?
Couple months. Well, what? May to now. So what is it? 5 months or so?
Boy, it went quick, hasn't it?
The year's gone by fast. I was saying just the other week, like I feel like yesterday was New Year's, and it's already the 8th month of the year. I can't keep up.
I think one of the first assignments Isaiah had was being on this show. Okay, you remember that? He was here that morning. Y'all were out, and Isaiah came on. That's where I met him, and we've developed a good friendship. He's a great young man, and I know a tremendous asset to what y'all are doing. He put together a tentative program guide that's looking really good for Lasso Your Imagination. That's why I wanted to have Isaiah too to come on, and we can kind of collaborate. But we're coming down to the wire, Kay. We talked about it about a month, a little over a month away. Is that right?
No, less than a month.
Can we say a little over a month just for fun?
No, that would be nice, but it's
I was
not.
going to say, if you gave me an extra, that would give me an extra week and a half to plan. I'd love that. Yeah.
Well, Isaiah, give us some updates real quick. The event's coming up, Lasso Your Imagination. Just let us know what you've been working on and how folks can get involved. And we'll chat about that.
Man, so it's coming together really nicely. We're getting a ton of requests for people who want to be a part of it, whether that means they want to sponsor a table or sponsor a bingo game or some sort of some part of the event that they want to sponsor. We're also getting a ton of cool auction items donated from the community, from the local businesses, and we'll still accept more if any businesses or people, if you have anything out there that you think would be cool enough for us to auction.
We
But the
make
biggest
package deals too. Like we're working on business cards or gift cards from some restaurants, and do like a taste of Huntsville, and for silent auction. So it doesn't have to be big things. They can be little things, and we can sometimes pair it with something else and make a spa day package or something like that. So.
One thing I've always enjoyed donating, is our, and not highlighting us, but is our media pack. We do like a $500 advertising certificate. And people always pay for that, and it's great. And I know y'all are putting together a lot of really great items for folks.
That's going to be one of the live auction items is a media package.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
Advertising with different advertisers and
wonderful.
So you'll have a chance to win. I mean, if you come and just solely on the idea of going home with something, you will not be disappointed. I mean, there's so many ways to win something. We our bingo license has come in, which I didn't know. Neither me nor Miss K knew you had to have a license to put on a charitable bingo game, but we've jumped through those hoops. So you could win a prize playing bingo. You could buy something in a live auction or the silent auction, or go home with a dessert in the dessert auction. I mean, if you came just to leave with something, you're going to have the time of your life, in addition to everything else. The biggest thing I'd say is that tickets are now on sale. Well,
awesome.
They've been on sale for a while now, but I encourage everyone, if you'd like to go to our Facebook or find our website and find the link where you can buy your ticket online. That way you can come pick it up before the event at one of our Tomorrow's Promise locations. We're on Veterans Memorial, we're on 10th Street, and we're also on Old Houston Road. If you pick up your ticket early, then you can pre-register, and that's going to save you so much time at the door, so that you do not have to stand there and register at the door and get to your table and get your envelope and all of those kinds of things. So when you get your ticket, there's a QR code on the back. Scan that, go ahead and register, and just save yourself a lot of time.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of things that make our event different from anybody else's in town, and that is we have home cooked meal.
We do.
The
And
American Legion. We have people that win barbecue cook-offs and stuff. They are fixing our meal, and so you go through the line once, and then once you've everybody's gone through the line, you go back and get seconds if you want. We have drinks. You don't have to have a drink ticket. You can go back and get, another drink if you want.
Just one more, just one.
We will leave you feeling full and with a good meal. And then the other thing is that all of the money that's raised goes straight to the paying for the mailing of the books for children.
Awesome.
And the school provides our overhead, so we don't have to pay for electricity. We don't have to pay for salaries. We don't have to pay for things like that other organizations have to raise money for. So we don't have to raise that money. So everything goes to the children.
It's a great opportunity to be involved, to support childhood literacy right here in Huntsville and throughout Walker County. My children are a recipient. I love the books. They come in every month, and folks can get that. We just put the link up there, and I'll shorten it here in a moment, Kay.
Hey, but not only childhood literacy. This is actually helping adult literacy too, because 75% of the people that are on welfare can't read. They're functionally illiterate. And so if you have a parent that gets signed up to get their children their books when they're born at the hospital, then that parent is reading those little board books to the baby. And, they have the ones that have the picture of the cat and the word cat and the dog and the picture of the word dog. As that parent is reading those simple words and those simple books to those children, they gain confidence in their reading and start associating those pictures with those words just like the children do. And so the adult that doesn't read that well actually improves their reading skills as their child grows up, and they're not afraid to read to their child or stumble over the words, because the child's not going to judge them like another adult that's going to teach them how to read will. So it is actually improving everybody's literacy.
There's a lot with this event, too, that I wanted to highlight. The literacy, the money going to help out Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, huge. I'm looking forward to this event because bingo is here this year. You're talking about doing things differently. And maybe a little second chance bingo, a little bingo. And we need Rick over here. Rick, a little bingo with a. Well, that was pretty good, Rick. Bingo with a twist. And Rick will not be doing the twist, though, by the way. So, are we allowed to tease what the twist may be a little bit? Can we tease the twist?
Kind of almost, let the cat out of the bag there. But yeah,
tease the
anybody
twist.
that knows me knows I have to do things differently. And
no, you don't have to do nothing. You always do things the same, Kay.
That's my dad started it. I asked him a few years back. I said, "Why did you put an E on the end of my name?" And he said, "Well, we wanted you to be unique." And I said, "You didn't think that through, did you?" And he's like, "No, we didn't." I said, "You got a little bit more than you bargained for, didn't you?" And he said, "Yes, I did." So we are doing bingo with a twist. It will not be the same as everybody else's bingo games.
That's right. And Kay said that I let the cat out of the bag, and if you don't know what it is, just rewind and figure it out. And if you can figure it out, maybe I won't give you anything. I'll give you a pat on the back for figuring it out. So there's your hint, Kay. So come be a part of it. I made the URL. I shortened it up for our audience just to make it super easy. Go to tinyurl.com/lasso tickets. tinyurl.com/lasso tickets. If you do that, that will take you immediately to the Square page that Isaiah, I believe you made. It's a very simple page to go to. Mm-hmm. You can go right there, buy your tickets, super easy, and that would be the best place to do that. And let's support a great organization. I think this is, Kay, I know this is going to be the biggest and the best one yet. There was a lot of folks there last year. I wanted to give a shout out to Justin and Tony. That place looked phenomenal. That was the best decorated event. And I'm not just making this up because you're sitting next to me. I mean this, and I told Justin this last year. I said that is the best decorated event that I have ever seen in that fairground facility.
Oh,
it just felt nice.
Courtney had an idea, and we're adding more this year.
Great. It was just cool. You walked in, and I'm not knocking. I love the fairgrounds. I think it's a great place to have. But every event feels and looks exactly the same. Mm-hmm. And you guys changed it up with many things. But the one thing that was the biggest was the lighting. Mm-hmm. And the way y'all did the lighting with those little lights on the tables, it just made it feel – the word is, I can't even think of the word. It just made it feel like home. It felt like you were in this comfortable environment, and it was just awesome to be there last year. So I really enjoyed it, Kay. And the building, like I said, it's not a bad building. I think it's great, but again,
we totally
you always do everything different.
We totally changed the ambience of that building.
That's the word I was looking for, the ambience.
It does not look like the fairgrounds when we get done.
No. Are y'all going to have spotlights out there this year in the front and then da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da?
No, but we have 4 big projection screens coming.
Awesome.
To be able to read the numbers. So
perfect.
We'll be adding in, that's a different twist to having the bingo, so that we will have proper, they'll have the screens like they do at the LSC.
Yeah, so you'll be able to see. And then I heard y'all got, I'm never rude on this show, but I just quit liking the guy. And y'all got this terrible guy doing the bingo.
Oh, are you talking about the MC?
Yeah, the guy that's MCing and calling the bingo. That guy is just
obnoxious.
No, he just
talks a lot too.
Yeah, he does, and I don't know why Zay talked to him. And
I don't know where I found the guy. I felt sorry for him one day. I see he could use a friend.
Yeah,
so we've been friends ever since. But
he sung to this guy, "Friends are friends forever." I'm in a singing mode today, Kay.
We're brothers.
Did we just become brothers? Yep. Or no, wait, what was it? Did we just become best friends? Yep. That's a good movie.
Oh, man.
No, it's just joking. I'm on. It's going to be a lot of fun to be there. I was there last year. The year before that, I was not. Big thank you to Bill Doggett, who had to fill in for me because of the hand and foot disease that I picked up.
I'm wrapping you in bubble wrap this year.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here, Kay, and I'm like, look, I got these little scratchies right here.
Yeah, no. On Labor Day, we're going to put you on ice.
Yeah, so please. Well, you may call Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. You can put me on ice. They can help me out with that. They don't need ice. They have a refrigerator. You can just roll me in there.
Roll you in there.
So, but anyways, Kay, I'm really thankful for this event. I appreciate, just like I was talking to Jamie, and she does so much in the community. You do so much as well. And here's another person that is very humble, that does not get enough credit for what she does. One, Kay genuinely loves people in this community. I mean, she goes up and hugs people. There's something about a hug that just makes you feel good. And Kay is the hug of Huntsville. We coined her that because she is. And Casey, you gave her a hug. I saw that. And it's phenomenal to have people that just embrace each other. And Kay, we embrace you as a community because of all the great work that you do. You think about an idea that you had years ago and look at how the Lord has blessed that and ran with it. And
now,
it
wasn't my idea, it was his.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's given you an idea, and he's blessed that tremendously. And over 1,000 children now. Think about the impact that has. And I don't think people realize this, and I want you to think about this. Kay's talked about the numbers, and we've talked about it. Every episode on this show, we talk about it whenever Kay's with us. But literacy is so important. And just the fact of being able to have a vocabulary could set you up for a job that maybe you never even imagined. That early development, that early spark that children need. My dream, because I have so many books now, and my children have a lot of books, and I'm thankful for that, is I want to build. I went to this house. Kay, you would have loved this house. I used to do work for a guy named Roland Liao. Never forget the name. And Roland had about 7 children in his family, and he ran that family like a machine. And I don't mean that in a rude way. He had that thing down to a science. I said that thing. I'm talking about his family. He had that family down to clockwork. The way it operated like a business, the family did. And I would go over there and do computer work, and because when you had 7 or 8 kids, I mean, you've got old ones and you've got young ones, right? And so the older ones would take care of the young ones, and that allowed Roland and his wife to do what they needed to do, to keep the house clean and do all this. But there was this systematic process, is the way I'm trying to describe it, in this family. And you know what was in the center of their home? In the living room of their home. Their living room wasn't even a living room. It was a library. And I'd never seen anything like this. And you would love, I need to text Roland one day and ask him, hey, can you, I haven't talked, he'll be like, what's this weirdo doing texting me? But I'm sure he would, because I did a ton of computer work, and we developed a good friendship when I was there in Georgetown. But their living room, they designed it in a way that it was a library. And every wall was filled with books. And the chairs, they had it set out to where you could sit and read. And there was no TVs, there was nothing in there except books. And when I'd go over to do computer work, 3 or 4 of those children were always sitting in the middle of that room reading books. And I never thought about telling you that because I know that you'd appreciate it, but it was so neat. And those children were so smart. And I attribute that because of that environment that Roland and his wife set up for that family. It was just unbelievable to see that. Mm-hmm. So this is important. What's the cost now? It's approaching $40 a year, right? $35 or something?
$30 a year per child.
So $30. And I want folks to think of it this way. When you support, don't think of a number. Don't think of $200 or $1,000. Think of the number of children that is making an impact on. So $90 is 3 children, right? You think of it in that way. That if you gave $1,000, how many children are you helping out? Over 30 children, right? A little bit more than that. 33 and a third child you're helping. So think about the number of children that the impact is making. There's some expense that goes into the event, but there's more that's going to be on the backside that's going to go to support these children. When I say expense, you got to, there's certain things that you have to do, but not much. And that's the joy of it. You talked about that earlier. And so when you're buying a $500 table, that's quite a few children that you're helping out right there. I can't do the math that quick, Rick. 15 and a quarter. Look at Rick over here, man. This guy's like Rain Man.
Didn't he?
He's over here. You see his eyes like 15 and a quarter, 0.287.
That happens when he takes his hat off. He just all the knowledge flows.
Yeah,
he's a calculator at that point.
That's what it is. I knew there was something going on. Well, Kay, it is important.
Rick and I are old enough that they taught math back then where you had to memorize things.
And it wasn't this long math either. It was like 1 + 1 is 2. Now it's how do we get to 2? Well, let's go over here and why don't we go to Mejia and then let's go over here to Marquee and then let's circle back to Huntsville. That's how we got to 2. That's how the math is now, right?
Everything it's all technology based. That's why I'm a big advocate for the reading for the next generation, because I notice it in myself, and I'm 26, that the more access and the more time we spend on technology now, just as a society, it kind of, what's the word, deteriorates your ability to read, which deteriorates your ability to enunciate and, list out the things that you want to say properly. Well, this next generation, they're like entirely raised by technology. I mean, you see some of them that have iPads before they can walk. And it's like, all right, well, can we read him Curious George before we let him, play Boca Boca on the iPad?
Yeah, no joke. Don't get me started on that, because I'm all about being positive on this show, but there is nothing more that just infuriates me. And parents, if you're watching and you do this, I don't care. I'm going to say this. Get those stinking tablets out of their hands, please. I get so – Bridget and I went to Gringo's in Conroe after church on Sunday. We like to go there once in a while. And I said, well, let's go to Gringo's, because we had to go by Sam's Club. It's a good place, Rick. We know, yeah. Went over there, and here was a little boy. And what's the first thing that the mom does? Here's your tablet. And the mom's sitting there on her phone, and the boy sitting there on his tablet playing games, and there's no communication between the family. And it breaks my heart. And I told Bridget, and Braylon and Caden were going nuts. It was one of the worst family outings that we've had in a long time. And but it was good, though. It's just the kids are going to see, and I say the worst because they were screaming and going nuts, and it was hard to calm them down. And finally they did. But I told Bridget, I said, I get why parents put these things in the kids' face, because they turn into zombies. And it would have been so easy for us in that moment. I could have calmed those children down just by doing this right here. Here you go, Braylon. And I guarantee that her and Caden would have zipped up quick. But I know that short-term deterioration of their brain watching that garbage while we're trying to eat isn't worth the long-term implications of it. And don't get me wrong, I'm not being judgmental. My children watch things at home. They do, and we monitor that. But they don't do it enough to where they're hooked on it or addicted to it. And I love the fact that our children, they may watch something for 10 or 15 minutes, and they get bored with it, Kay, and they go and they dig out their doodle tiles, whatever they are. Remember the Magna Doodle? Remember that thing with the magnet, and you had the little slider? Yeah. Remember that bad boy? But they get bored watching stuff, and they'll go back to playing with their toys. That's what children need to do. And parents, I want to encourage you, please, for the sake of our children, get them off of those tablets. And it's not cute. I'm going to rant about this for one more second. It is not cute.
I'm not trying to get you to be quiet.
It is not cute to have one of these dumb tablets with these cute little cartoony rubber bumpers on them that you buy on Amazon. Get rid of that garbage, please. I hate that. They walk in and they got a handle on them. And I'm like, it's attached. You try to pull it off, and the skin is stuck to the thing because it's attached to the hip of the child. Get rid of it, please.
Yeah,
that's my rant, Kay. Because I've seen firsthand as a parent.
I'm very pleased that the legislature voted to get rid of the phones in the classrooms.
I agree wholeheartedly, because there needs to be a focus on what you're in, and I'm, you know what, I'm not going to sit here and lie. I'm addicted to this thing as an adult. What do I catch myself doing when I'm just sitting around? You get bored, and what do you do? And what am I doing? What's the word? Doom scrolling?
Yeah.
There's nothing. There's,
I think it captures the attention span enough and to keep you from moving to something else. With a book, it teaches you to keep your attention on one thing for a period of time, which is what we all need as an adult. I mean, plenty of times where I'm in the office and I'm working on something and I'm like, okay, I need to lock in here on this thing, and try to get it done. But on your phone or on a tablet or whatever, there's a new thing catching your attention every millisecond, and so it just keeps you doing that. And then you wonder, if you ever talk to someone and you can't keep a conversation about one topic going for more than 5 minutes, usually that person's chronically on their phone because their attention span is used to the swipe method where you watch something for 6 seconds and then you swipe to another thing. And
or they're ADHD and they have 14,000 thoughts in a second.
That's my problem sometimes.
That's right.
But no, yeah, and it's if you start early enough, you can at least combat it a little bit. Not everyone's going to be a stone golem that can just do everything and focus all the time. But for the most part, it helps your attention span. It helps you be able to have a higher vocabulary and enunciate your words, and so many benefits that come from reading. Like every now and then because I got so used to reading things on my phone, every now and then I'll pick up a physical book instead of finding that book on my phone, because I'm like, if I just read it on the phone, I'm still on the phone. It's not any different.
It's funny because digital books are included, Kay, in my college and Isaiah in my ORU studies, digital books. And you know what? I pay extra to order books because I like to have the physical copy that I can actually I can hold on to it. I can flip through it. I can feel the book, all of the Montessori.
Yeah, you're getting all your senses involved when you have the book in your hands. Even the sense of smell of the book. And there's research that proves that holding a book in your hands actually imparts that knowledge better than reading it on a phone.
Isaiah was talking about all the things that bounce around on a tablet, and Lisa Branch has always been good about noting this, and I never wanted to correct her, but she always said there's thousands of pixels on a phone. Well, there's not thousands. There's millions.
Oh, yeah.
On a 4K screen alone, there is 8.2 million pixels. On this phone, over 8.2 million pixels just on this phone alone. And you think about that, and each one of those is making up a color from a red, green, and blue dot. And the way that the intensity and the luminosity of each one of those 9 million dots shows the colors. That is a lot that your brain has to process.
And it's not great for your eyes either.
It's not. So take care of that. And we talk about all of this because of the childhood literacy, the Lasso Your Imagination, coming up in September. What's the date for that again?
September 13th.
September 13th. tinyurl.com/lasso tickets. Get your tickets today. Isaiah, anything else before we go, man?
No. Buy a ticket to Lasso and hope we see you there.
Perfect.
Biggest thing I got.
Are you wearing a cowboy hat?
The hat optional, but the boots will come out.
Oh, has Isaiah ever wore the boots yet? Kay, have you seen the boots yet?
I had them on yesterday.
You did?
I thought about wearing them today. Yeah.
I don't go around staring at his feet. So.
Oh, look at your boots.
No, I wore them yesterday. But they got to get, they got to get broken in.
We need to get some spurs. I saw a guy yesterday at Los Pericos. The guy looked just like George. I said, my gosh, George Strait's here in Huntsville. That dude was wearing spurs, man. It was awesome. Well, let's take a break. Isaiah, thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll wrap it up when we come back. We've got Rick's Top 10 and maybe just a little bit more wisdom before we leave here on a very, very wonderful Wednesday. As always, brought to you by our friends here at Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, 27 years now of educational excellence. You can find out more information about Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, about the school, how to get your children enrolled, and much more online at tomorrowspromise.info. We'll take that brief break. We'll be back here in a moment. Stay with us. More to come as we wrap it up at your show. This is Good Morning Huntsville.
Promise Montessori Schools. We're not just a place where children pass the time. We're not a daycare. We're a child care center focused on growth, learning, and discovery. Every day, children engage in meaningful activities that build confidence, independence, and a love for learning. From reading and math to social and practical life skills, our students are active participants in their development. Ready to give your child something more? Visit tomorrowspromise.info and discover what makes our school different. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. Education you can trust.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
Since 2010, the Oak Ridge Disciple House has helped men break free from addiction, not with quick fixes, but lasting change through Jesus Christ. They've celebrated 167 graduates at Oak Ridge and 138 more at Interfaith with an 80% success rate. That's compared to just 5% in most secular programs. The fact is, Jesus works. And now, celebrating 15 years, they're building their third house in Tennessee and just launched a women's program, Restoration Ranch in Texas. It's all for God's glory. And here's the heart of it. They never turn anyone away for lack of money. In fact, 95% of families receive scholarships. As one person put it, don't talk about it, be about it. Every penny counts. Donate today at oakridgedisciplehouse.com and help change a life forever. The Oak Ridge Disciple House. Online at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Real recovery, real hope.
This is KHSP LP, Huntsville, Texas, the spirit of Huntsville.
This is Billy Cawthon of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, and you're listening to Spirit Radio, the spirit of Huntsville.
The spirit of Huntsville, spiritradio.fm.
All right, it's that time of the week.
Actually, I have an announcement before this.
Okay.
Happy birthday, Kyle.
Yeah, today is Kyle Kreiner's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday
to you. Happy birthday, dear Kyle. Happy birthday to you.
And many more.
Nice.
And now, happy birthday, buddy. And now, live from Studio 1229J, in that fake radio voice, it's Rick Boning with Rick's Bacon Top 10. Take it away, Bacon Baby.
Today is National Bacon Lovers Day. So here's the top 10 ways you can celebrate National Bacon Lovers Day. Number 10. Announce a new workout plan called Bacon Curls. It's just lifting strips of bacon from the plate to your mouth. I am a past master of that. Number 9. Replace the air freshener in your truck with a sizzling bacon strip. Instant upgrade.
That would stink overnight.
Number 8. Start a petition for the national anthem to be played on frying pans. At least it would finally sound crispy. I'm not too sure about that one. Number 7, tell the kids it's Bring Your Bacon to School Day. Teachers will thank you until lunch is over. Number 6, have bacon for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and because it's a holiday, dessert. Bacon ice cream counts.
You ever had chocolate-covered bacon?
No.
It's not bad.
Well, maple-covered bacon, pretty good.
I like the maple glazed bacon.
Invite friends over for a bacon potluck. Rule number 1, salad is not a side dish. It's just garnish for more bacon. Oh. Somebody likes a lot of bacon on their salad, too.
My esophagus is burning right now with grease.
Number 4, host a bacon eating contest, but call it a fundraiser. That way people feel less guilty. We should do that.
That's an idea.
Yeah. Number 3, write your congressman and demand that the U.S. Treasury put bacon on the $20 bill. I mean, if we're handing out bacon, that's bipartisan support right there.
Yeah, we need to bring people together.
What better way than bacon, right? Mm-hmm. Number 2, forget fireworks. Celebrate with a grease fire in your backyard. Just keep the garden hose handy.
I almost said something to celebrate with a grease fire in your back end after eating the bacon.
Oh, my. Rob.
Anyway, sorry, that one just hit me.
It's okay.
I had to let it out. Okay.
And the number one way to make life beautiful, be kind when no one's. That's not it. Maybe turn my phone and it got all crazy. Number 1 way you can celebrate National Bacon Lovers Day: run for president on the all bacon ticket slogan. Make America sizzle again.
There.
And then bonus number 1.
Oh, a bonus. Okay.
Bonus number 0, sorry. Get a special menu item at Cafe Texan named after him. The Rick Boning Bacon Stack. Comes with more bacon than a cardiologist would recommend. I had to quit eating it because my cardiologist told me to.
Oh, there it is. Did he really? Did he tell you?
Yeah.
Oh, see? We got it right, Rick. There it is. Rick's Jolly Bouncing Head Man with sunglasses and a full head of hair.
Yeah.
Only on Good Morning Huntsville. Rick's Top 10. You get a really... I wish I had a cool intro like that, Rick.
I think that's pretty cool.
No.
I'm not too thrilled with the bouncing head.
I know. We'll change it up.
You don't have to.
I want to get Rick like as the Jurassic Park guy when they try to hack into his computer. And he goes I want to have you doing that on there, you know, Rick. So we'll figure that out.
That would be good.
Okay, I know I'm we're spitballing one at you here, but we always have. I know we've talked a lot of wisdom today,
one.
but we've got. See, now I just did this cool intro for Rick.
And you don't have one for Kay.
We need to have like some really cool like symphonic, energetic da 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 da, and then like Kay. And here's what I envision Kay for you.
Since we're going to be changing it from Wednesday Wisdom to something else, then maybe you can work on that.
I want to work on a cool one, but if we could just do a quick Wednesday Wisdom one, it would be you, and like what it would be your head opening up and like all of this wisdom pouring out, and it's so bright, and then it rains down on the world, and it's like Kay's Wednesday Wisdom. Da, 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 da. So there you go. That's your intro. Just visualize it.
I'm visualizing, and it's kind of creepy.
Yeah. I'm not sure about if it's more creepy than the bouncing head or not. So I'm going to enlist Rick's help with this.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm ready.
I'll zip it up.
We went to a class yesterday about cybersecurity.
We did.
And one of the worst ways that people get in and steal ransomware and hack your computer and all this kind of stuff is through emails.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking about people not having the protections and all this kind of stuff and so forth. But there are certain things to look for in emails that you need to be aware of because the scammers are out there everywhere. I mean, I got a phone call the other day from a sheriff that was telling me that if that there was a warrant out for my arrest for not showing up for federal jury duty.
Mm.
And there was just enough truth to it that I was like, okay, I'll go to the sheriff's office and, find out.
Turn herself in.
Turn myself in, Oh, no, you need to go get a bond and, da-da-da. And so I just got mad and hung up and then called Rick and I said, okay, so I'm going to go out to the sheriff's office just to be sure, but will you call and see if there was a grand jury today, kind of thing? And he called some friends of ours and was like, no, there wasn't. I said, well, that's kind of what I thought. But, I was just trying to make sure because there's just enough truth to it. And that's the thing. There's usually just enough truth to these things.
Mm-hmm.
And there's always the sense of urgency somewhere in the email or the phone call or something like that, you need to just hang up or don't click on it. And one of the things, and I had a thing saying I was overdue for a bill. and it's something that's automatically drafted. And I made the mistake of clicking on that link and logging into my account, and then I was like, oh no, this is wrong. So I immediately got out of it and I went and changed my password on that account. But it's something that's automatically drafted and I shouldn't be overdue on. But you don't ever click from the link in the email. Go to the outside website and check, make sure. Also, on some of those things, when you do a Google search or a Bing search or something, and it says sponsored, sometimes those are not the real company. Mm-hmm. That'll get you in trouble too. So, what else did you learn?
I didn't learn anything.
I know you know it all.
Yeah,
but
like, I already knew
what do other people need to know besides the misspelled words and things like that?
Yeah, you got to watch grammar and how things are spelled, because a lot of times they're not native English speakers that do this.
And hover over the from.
Yeah, I was just going to show one thing while y'all were talking. This is a big one, and this isn't a spam one, but I get all these fake ones. I've been getting a lot of FedEx and UPS ones lately. I deleted them all. But if you, I know Sticker Mule's legit, because I get these all the time. I order from them. But if you hover over, you look down at the bottom link. Now, this is a little bit different for Sticker Mule because they're using a company to track the links. But a lot of times, if you hover over those links at the bottom, you got to be careful because the URL will say like u.ps.g.ov. They make it to where it looks like it's the UPS or FedEx.
But it's got a dash or a dot in there.
Something in there. And a lot of times if you just hover over, you can know right away this isn't legit. It's scary out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're going after the little guys because it's easy targets. And I mean, they can drain, for an individual, they could drain your bank accounts in seconds. Mm-hmm. For businesses, they can hold your programs and stuff and literally erase everything on your computer and hold it for ransomware. They're calling it what they call it now, not ransomware, but cyber threat or something.
I don't remember.
But they're not saying
it's ransomware to me.
Well, but when the company notifies you, they're not saying that they've had ransomware. They're calling it a cyber threat or a cyber breach or something like that, instead of saying that they've been held hostage with ransomware.
Yeah, it's really important, and it continues, and a lot of people are falling victim to this. I always say, number one, use common sense. But even as you said, Kay, sometimes it looks so real that you're like, wait a minute. And I've had instances where things have happened to me. But just be alert and be mindful. And if something doesn't feel right, it's probably not right. I've always kind of felt like my gut usually has been pretty good about this stuff. And you're exactly right. If you ever click on one of those links and you log in somewhere and you're like, wait a minute, what that's done, it's like a credit card. Think of it like a credit card skimmer. They will create a login form that looks just like your bank account. And then when you go to log in, it'll be like, oh, incorrect password, even though you know it's the right password. Well, they've just captured your username and your password. If you ever do that and you know that it's right and you feel like, man, I just got scammed, change that immediately. And one other thing, I know y'all went to this.
Notify your bank, too.
One other thing, because y'all went to this, I didn't get to go to it, but there were some things that I used to tell my IT clients back in the day. Do not use the same password for every service, because if they figure out one, they're going to figure out all of them. And a lot of times people will use the exact same email address and password for every service that they use. I love using Gmail for one reason. One, it's really good with the spam. It's really good with all of that. It's so good at a lot of it. But the biggest reason I love using Gmail, like I have robhip@gmail.com. I'm probably going to get spammed, but it's okay because Google will catch it. But what I'll do is every service I sign up for, you can put a plus sign at the end of your email and just make up whatever. So I'll do robhip plus Home Depot @gmail.com if I sign up for a Home Depot account. That makes it a lot harder to hack, and I still get those emails because Google will recognize anything before the plus. It's a really cool feature that they have. Yahoo does it as well. So that's one thing, not to hijack the Wednesday Wisdom, but that's something that I do. So if somebody ever tried to hack, well, I've got his email address. Well, you think you do, but I have virtually hundreds of emails that all go to one place, and then it's going to be really hard for them to guess all of those. So just a little hint that I do. So be careful. You ever fallen victim to any of that stuff? Like where it's got you and you're like, oh, man.
We had An employee once answered the phone, and they pressured her to pay the electric bill that is automatically drafted.
And she had my credit card number. And then she called me and said, "Is our electric bill automatically paid?" And I was like, "Yes." And said, "Why?" And she's like, so I immediately called the credit card company and canceled that credit card and got a new one sent in.
I had a lady, this is one last thing. I know we got to go. I wanted to share very, very briefly. There was a lady, an elderly lady I used to do work for in Georgetown. And I loved her. She was such a nice lady. I helped her. I was very patient with her. I loved helping elderly. I really did. I loved it because I got to sit there and talk to them.
That's why we get along so well?
Yeah, that's exactly it. But a lot of people get annoyed because of, well, don't you understand this? And our business wasn't like that. We understood patience, and people were calling us, and that was a privilege when somebody called us. And so we'd go into their homes, and I helped this lady. Well, all of a sudden one day I get this call, this snarky call. "I can't believe you did this to my mother." I was like, who is this? You've been helping my mom for several years, and you haven't educated her the right way. I said, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "Well, mother just got scammed for over $1,000 because you didn't tell her what to look out for." I said, "Well, how's that my problem?" And apparently someone had called her and said she needed to pay some bill, but it had to be done by Western Union. And they said, "We need you to go to this Western Union in Georgetown and go fill out this and then go over here and deposit it in this alleyway in this box." I mean, I remember telling my grandmother this story. My grandmother was older than this lady. And my grandma goes, "Well, she ain't got no common sense. I wouldn't have done that." But there's all of those scams. And finally that lady calmed down. I said, "Ma'am, it's ridiculous. You're calling me." She said she's going to leave a bad review because I didn't educate my client. I said, "I can't control what your mother does. That's not my fault." But that's just one of a million of those type of stories where things happen. Mm-hmm. And it can be detrimental. It can ruin your business. I got out of IT when ransomware became prevalent because I got so sick and tired of that stuff. And people at the time did not want to invest in backups. Businesses... It was funny because businesses would always put their technology last on the budget list when it should have been first along with insurance. And that was always my talk with businesses. I said, "How much do you pay?" If you don't mind me asking, how much do you pay for your insurance policy? "Oh, well, it's pretty high. We pay $900 a month." I said, "Okay. And what about your technology?" "Well, we just call when we need it." I said, "Okay, well, let me ask you this. So you pay $900 a month for your insurance. How often do you use it?" "Well, luckily not ever." I said, "Okay, you need to treat your technology like insurance, and you need to pay for it like insurance, because if you're willing to pay the insurance company $900 and you never use it, you use your technology every single day, but you're not willing to invest in it." And I said, all it takes is one person to click one link in your office that will hose your entire network.
Yep.
And because you haven't invested in the infrastructure to back up that data properly, your whole business is going to be hosed. And man, I wasn't trying to scare people, but by the time I'd have that talk with them and show them I had a whole presentation, they would immediately be like, "Okay, I understand it now."
Yeah.
Because it is. Data is the most important thing in any business nowadays. So, anyways, I was having old IT flashbacks there, Kay. So, any final comments before we go? It's been a fun morning, great morning here on the show.
I don't have anything,
Rick?
except everybody have a great day.
Rick, anything from you?
I have nothing to add that I haven't already added.
Happy National Bacon Day.
I know.
I'm so proud.
If I had time, I would go to Cafe Texan.
I'm so proud of y'all.
But I have to go somewhere else.
Hey, we love you, Huntsville. Happy National Bacon Day. And get your bacon in order and order those Lasso Your Imagination tickets.
Bring home the bacon.
Yeah, bring home the bacon. tinyurl.com/Lasso tickets. Buy those today. Okay, Rick, appreciate y'all so much. I know it's a lot to come here on Wednesdays and soon on Mondays. We're going to flip that coming in September, and I'm looking forward. We'll reveal a new segment that we're going to have that I'm really excited about. But thank y'all so much. I know it's an investment for you guys, and it's a pleasure to always have Rick and Kay here to educate us, to cut up a little bit, but to also be serious and talk about important things like childhood development. And also I.D. Barry, future Hall of Famer over here with us this morning. So works at Tomorrow's Promise by day, and by night he's a wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh.
Yeah. So he's laughing. All right, that'll wrap it up. We'll see you, friends. We love you. Hey, we'll be back tomorrow as we celebrate all things good here in Huntsville. Jason Bay joins us here from First Baptist, and we'll wrap it up on Friday with Billy Cawthon of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. I'm reminding you this morning we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other, so please provide a word of encouragement, lend a hand of support. I promise somebody out there needs you.
Till next time, good morning, Huntsville, and God bless. We'll see you back on the other side. So long. See you, Rick and Kay.
Bye.